Hey, what's up everybody, it's Crosscurrent. Today I'm giving you a review on a game called Monsters Domain. So Monsters Domain only has a demo right now, so I'm going to go a little bit easy on the review, but anything I bring up that's good and bad is meant to help improve the game, so don't take it personally. Start off, I'm going to talk about the good stuff, then I'm going to bring up the bad things about the game, and then I'm going to give it a score out of 5. I think that the sounds in the game are amazing, especially when you're possessing another, because you hear the skeletal sound when you raise them up. You hear the sounds of the body just disintegrating and turning to nothing but a pile of bones. I think the looks are really creepy, which is exactly what this game should be going for, and the music is perfectly fitting for something I'd expect in a Bram Stoker's Dracula movie. The story, I also think, is pretty well done. All you need is a little bit of a cutscene, which is what they have, and then you can just go along the game. Nothing more needed. I think the scenery is also pretty good. All the landscapes and everything, it immerses you well into the world, and honestly, I think it looks a lot better than I was expecting. I was expecting it to be a little more pixelated or the graphics to be dumbed down a bit. The tutorial hits everything that's necessary to learn the game, and it does it at the perfect timing too. Whenever you're trying to raise skeletons, it tells you how to do it. When you're trying to swing weapons for the first battle, it tells you how to do it. Perfect timing. That is exactly what you see in the tutorial. The other races in the game I think are pretty good. I would like to see more unique things to them, like maybe some special traits, but having them there, that's the first step. I think there's pretty good weapon variety as well. I think the one problem with weapons is that the magic weapons, the books, they turn into looking like staffs, which that's alright, but the way that they fire is very basic. I hope they can implement that into something more exciting, like lighting being bolts instead of little circles and fire the same way. But the fact that they are there is a good sign. I think the crafting and building in the game was well done. It could have been a lot more complex and really kind of ruined the point of the game, which is mainly combat and just spooky, creepy stuff. Okay, so there's about 5 mistakes that I thought needed to be brought up, but they aren't anything serious. So to start off, there are spelling mistakes and grammar mistakes, but I'm assuming that's because the person who made the game is not speaking English as their first language. I also noticed in the starting cinematic that a lot of the terminology was incorrect as compared to what was written down below.
Succeed, others are lost. They forced many races to fight along their sides. There were orcs, elves, humans, and others more scary. They spawned demigods that start competing for power. One of them rules over our lands. His name was forgotten over ages, but heritage still haunting us. Monster lurk in forests, cursed places that bred undeads. His match for power left many dead and burned houses. Nothing could stop him till Hero appeared.
It's nice that it has subtitles. Obviously they're trying, but that's something that's gonna have to be fixed because it felt a little bit goofy hearing different terminology and sentences that didn't really work well together. The chopping sounds, for the most part, were good, but there are occasions where I'd chop at a tree and the sound effect would go to the top right away from the tree entirely. I think that's a little bit weird and that could be fixed pretty quickly. When blocking with the shield, it does not look like you're blocking at all, which kind of threw me off. Normally when you block, you have the shield right in front of you, and in this game, when I block with a shield and I have, like, let's say a sword in my other hand, they hold them both like they're just kind of sitting there, but it's actually you blocking. So if they could implement blocking a little bit better to show that you are in fact doing that, I think that would help with maybe combat complaints down the road. Sometimes the narrator will repeat, raise more dead, typically when you're raising a lot of dead, but it'll do it every other time you raise a skeleton, which can happen a lot, especially when you have to raise about 15 skeletons from a graveyard. That can get really annoying, and it honestly kind of annoyed me.
Rise more skeletons! Rise more skeletons!
The final problem, the raid sounds in the final battles. When a new wave would start, I'd hear yelling from all over the place, but really they'd just be way far in front of me. So the sounds need to be updated to where you don't hear stuff behind you, unless they intend that to happen, but that'd be some weird sorcery where they're way far in front of you and you're hearing sounds behind you. Alright guys, so that being said, I gave this game a 4 out of 5. I think it is really phenomenal and it's definitely worth looking into. I would buy it in a heartbeat. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell to stay notified. I'll see you guys next time.